Alright, ladies and gents, as ever, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Originally for the Nintendo DS, we are playing the Android version. This is the fan translation as well. This will be our very first time playing it, so if you're just joining us, you haven't missed a thing, but if you'd like to check out some of the games we played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out the YouTube channel, but for tonight, let's go ahead and get into the game. Let's see, Relentlessly, you did some digging into April May's name today. Oh my god, yeah, I'm forever looking for it again. I think I posted it in Discord somewhere a couple of years ago, but Capcom actually put out a blog years and years ago talking about the process they went through to translate things in Phoenix Wright. And they mentioned some of the original proposed English names for Phoenix. They were awful. They were really bad. I remember Rex was one of them because they just wanted him to sound kind of badass, so that to appeal to an American audience. But yeah, it was fascinating. I'll see if I can dig it up again. I think it's in Discord somewhere. Maybe try searching Stream Chat for the word Capcom. But yeah, it was fascinating. Lee is still trying to adjust to DST. I'm so sorry. I hate daylight saving time so much. No, there's no menu music. There's no menu music, and it's so weird. Rin, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. And yes, we're doing retro today, I would say. Thank you for that. Let's see. Warded Animal, good morning to you. How's everything going with you today? Hope you're doing well. You came to the conclusion that her first name has the kanji for plum and her last name has the kanji for bamboo, and plums come into season in spring and bamboo hits its growth spurt in summer. And that's something that a native Japanese speaker might be able to make that connection, so they were trying to do the same for English speakers, I imagine. That's cool. All right, that makes sense. I can see that. Mark, always correct. Oh, God. Yeah, some of the names they were like spitballing for him were just awful. Just absolutely awful. Can we give you a lute to play some background music? I'll see if I can find my old recorder from grade school. Play a little tune on that. All right, let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? So, as usual, it's got this nice episode select screen right here, just like the other modern versions of the game. So, we're going to start with episode 1, Turnabout Target. And also, I don't think we're spoiling anything here, but for anyone that's curious, this episode right here takes place about 1 week after the end of the previous Ace Attorney investigations, so not a lot of time has passed at all. We're jumping straight into a new plot right here. Episode 1, Turnabout Target. There it is, we can see it. It's the emissary of peace from the east. The president's private plane is arriving at Gourd Lake. Can you hear it? The cheers of the crowd. Welcome, Zhengfa Republic. Welcome, Mr. President. Mr. President, this way, please. Your audience awaits. My dear friends, there are reasons for my visit. A few days ago, a smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed. This was possible thanks to your country's prosecutor's office. From the bottom of my heart, I convey unto them my utmost gratitude. However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now, the hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. Hurry, contact the prosecutor's office. We need that man, Miles Edgeworth. If there's anyone who can solve this case, it's him. So we're like 90 seconds in and a president has been shot? Not wasting any time today. I see the usual low stakes tutorial case. Not happening in this one. No, we're just fast forwarding past that one and going straight to the crazy stuff. Like legitimately, this feels like the game's finale already. That's nuts. It's been 1 week since we got to see our hero, Phoenix the Ace Attorney. Alley Lords would welcome in. That did seem rather sudden, personally. Oh, noes. Are you a bad enough attorney to save the president? Hey, Emperor, welcome in. I don't even know if I have a badge yet. We're just getting started, but if we have one, that's going to be the solution to all of our problems there. You wouldn't trust an attorney who's literally learning about his own job. How does Phoenix in the first game know so little about how courtrooms work? That's horrifying. What the hell? March 25th, 2:46 p.m., Gourd Lake Park audience area. Word of this must have reached every corner of the world by now. An assassination attempt on the President of the Republic of Zhengfa. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor. I was asked to investigate this grave incident, but upon my arrival... Mr. Edgeworth! We've been waiting for you, sir! This man is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct to assist me on all cases under my jurisdiction. What is the president's current condition? I'm still not sure, sir. The paramedics just entered his plane a few moments ago. I see. Hope it's nothing too serious. Very well, detective. Please show me around the crime scene. Roger that, sir! Hey, mister! Just a minute, I'm begging you! I see somebody jumping up in the crowd there. What's this? Mister, you're the prosecutor in charge around these parts, right? Can I ask you a little something real quick? I'm afraid I must refrain from commenting for now. Let's go, detective. Hey, wait, Mr. Prosecutor! Hold on, Mr. Edgeworth! Wait for me, sir! Now then, detective, care to fill me in on the details? Me caught up on chat here. The tune makes it even better, Malkill. That's beautiful. We all do love Gumshoe. He's a moron, but he means well. Also, he's very poor. Please pay Gumshoe. All he was taught about court minus Von Karma's whip. That is a bad way to learn basically anything. Trying to learn the legal profession while getting the shit whipped out of you by Von Karma. I don't know. I don't think I can handle that. Basically, the whole thing happened here in Gourd Lake Park. There was a big welcoming event for the President of the Republic of Zhengfa. What is up with his suit? Why is that suit painted onto his body? What the hell? Is that like a spandex suit? How is... Yeah, why is he dressed like a JoJo character? What is happening there? I've seen world leaders who are jacked before, but the way that's clinging to every part of his body, that's not how suits work. That's not how suits work at all. Like, of all the clothes out there, suits just kind of go straight down. I'm very confused. I will say those two buttons down there are putting in some work. Those are the heroes of the story already. So Zeng is most closely said like Chung. That sound correct? I'm gonna try and remember that. Thank you, Kissa. So Chung Fa. Hopefully I got that there. I know an artist trained in comic books, like this guy. Is he a lion? I mean, the hair is a whole other thing there too, but we did meet him in the last game, so that much. How does he get into those clothes? Very carefully. I imagine that's actually his workout for the day. Just grab the sides of the suit, just trying to get them together. Brooks! The kind of vacuum-sealed outfit JoJo characters wear, they never move. Those outfits never move. It's so weird. The gunshot, just the button, just the button coming off. Someone in the crowd died when that button popped. His muscles were too mighty, so he gave up on fabric and just went with body painting the president. Also, that's the name of my next album, Body Painting the President. Look for it on platforms where you listen to music. Or actually, I guess the J from John might be closer than Cha. So Jungfa? Jungfa, maybe? Hopefully. Emperor, no! Oh god! The president of Jungfa, Di Junhong. As I recall, newspapers and news programs were making quite a deal over his visit. See, he even looks like he's hitting a JoJo pose right there. Newspaper article dated, jotted down in my organizer. It rained a bit, but it stopped just before the plane landed. He came out, and all of a sudden, in the middle of his speech, bang! A gunshot! At least, I think it was. You think? Truth is, I just got here as well, so I don't know all the details, sir. So you were also called here on short notice? Yep, and today was supposed to be my day off. I was supposed to be at the High Prosecutor's office, preparing a case for trial. The Chief Prosecutor asked for you personally, sir. Chief Prosecutor? Chief Prosecutor was taking part in the welcoming event. Apparently, the Chief called out right after the incident occurred. Call Prosecutor Edgeworth. He's the only one who can solve this case, he said. I see. So that's what happened. Excuse me. After the incident, we sealed off the park right away. Which means the assassin is still in the park. An assassin in this crowd? This could get dangerous, sir. If there's another incident, these civilians could get in harm's way. This is a race against time. Let's begin the investigation. First, we investigate the crime scene and gather some information. Precisely. There's no mistaking it. The president was targeted with a gun. This is something I'll have to keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe! Where was security at the time of the gunfire? The police were only in charge of guarding the park's perimeter. The president was being protected by his own personal bodyguards. It's those guys over there. Why don't you try talking to them, sir? To talk to someone, press the talk button while standing near them. Now we're doing the tutorial, here we go. Think you caught him in Pokemon Shield? Oh my god. Sir, you are in the wrong franchise. Pinyin has so many gotchas. They made it for Chinese sensibilities of the language rather than so much for foreigners. That makes sense. It's kind of frustrating. Like, if you're gonna make some sort of intermediary, like, you'd want it to make more sense, I think? I wasn't even supposed to be here today. It's just a combo deal. Every time they ring Edgeworth's phone, it hits Gumshoe's pager as well. Just how the system's set up there. Time for a superpower. Logic. There's no mistaking it. The president was targeted with a gun. I can tell by the gun-fired bullet. Then there was a loud bang and then the president fell down. That sounds like a gun to me. Or I am an expert on guns. And that's how they do. Pinyin makes sense if you already speak Chinese. Oh, how handy. So this is how I move the game. Mr. Edgeworth, the bodyguards aren't over there. Yes, I know. So basically this is how you move around in the game. Since this has touchscreen controls, you just tap and drag to move around. Useful for Japanese, not for learners? Oh, jeez. What do you want? You were the president's bodyguards, correct? What was the president's security detail like during the speech? The president has 2 best men by his side. The rest are stationed near the stage area. We are professionals. We constantly keep our eyes on the crowd, scanning for any signs of suspicious activity. I see. In other words, security was flawless during the president's speech. Let's keep going. We should talk to other people and examine anything suspicious in order to collect the remaining pieces of information from the scene of the crime. I see! So that's how you round up your info. So, what do you do with all that info after it's squared away? Someone in the crowd is making quite a ruckus, but I don't have time for that now. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! Tell me how, please! After gathering some pieces of information, you try to find the connection between them. Detective! Hey now, don't be such a stick in the mud! What's this about finding connections? You connect the 2 pieces of information to share a link. That's Mr. Edgeworth's specialty. It's called logic, pal. Press the logic button to use logic and the connect button to connect my thoughts. I should start by pressing the logic button. So, logic tutorial. This is one of the main puzzle solving methods in the game. I wish I had a logic button too. He makes it look so easy. Alright, so, even under such tight security, the president was fired at during the speech. Confirm that. Security was flawless. Any suspicious people would have been noticed. We'll lock that in. And then we will attempt to connect these 2 pieces of information. Someone was able to fire a gun under flawless security. And they were able to avoid being spotted by professional bodyguards. This is no easy task. There had to be a certain amount of preparation beforehand. Very likely that the president's assassination was a premeditated crime. I expect nothing less from Mr. Edgeworth. What brilliant logic, sir! The guy who tried to assassinate planned it out. Who would have thunk it? Yes, well, when you follow the facts and find a connection, you will begin to see the truth. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray further from the truth. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Begin investigation! Okay, let's start by examining everything we can. To examine, I approach anything that looks suspicious and press the examine button. And if I want to consult with Gumshoe, I press the partner button. I want a logic button that applies to other people, so when they're being stupid, I can solve it. Oh, if only. If only. Let's get to logicking! Thank God we called in Miles. Who else could do the things he do? Yeah, it wasn't a spur of the moment. It wasn't just, you know, while I'm here, I may as well try to assassinate the president. Crime of passion and whatnot. You ever get so mad you assassinate a world leader? Not me personally. Can't say I have. Alright, let's go ahead and make our first save here. Save your progress? Yes. Alright, let's see what we got here. This is... Yeah, I was surprised too. No matter how you look at it, it's definitely... the Steel Samurai! Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo, a hero from a popular TV program. Popular with both children and adults, it has broad appeal. Edgeworth's a little bit of a Steel Samurai nerd. Why would they use a Steel Samurai balloon at the welcoming event, sir? Perhaps he was chosen as the hero to represent our country. Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I see something weird already. Oops. Not there. Right here. The flag of the Republic of Zhongfa. Its symbol appears to be a phoenix motif. This is... What is it, sir? Haven't you noticed? There's an unusual spot on this flag. Compare it to the flag of the opposite side of the stage. There isn't a speck of dirt on it. This flag is spotless, sir. Yes, that is what the flag is supposed to look like. However, there is one spot on this flag that is out of place. Where is it, sir? Please explain so I can understand. That's basically the gumshoe slogan right there. What a helpless man. I suppose I should point it out to him. I literally did just point it out. Alright, sure. Right here. Right there.
Take that!
There is an unusual hole in this flag. Ah! You're right! Judging from the burn marks around the hole, it appears to be a bullet hole. A bullet hole? Then the bullet from the gun must have gone through this flag. But someone sneezed on it. That's why we got Edgeworth on the case. Only he can make these brilliant deductions. Trey Dog, welcome in. How are you doing today, Trey Dog? Hope you're doing well. Why would they use a steel samurai balloon? That would be blatant, shameless pandering to fans, sir. Gotta have that fan service in here. Rooks! Oh god! Alright, let's see what we got over here. Poor steel samurai balloon. Oh, poor steel samurai balloon! It looks so miserable! Indeed. What did it do to deserve such a fate? According to witnesses, a gunshot was heard when the balloon popped. Did a bullet from the gun hit the steel samurai balloon? Possible. Maybe it was an assassination attempt on the steel samurai. Desecrate the steel samurai like this. This is a serious crime. Detective, we must not let this reprehensible assassin get away with this. Of course, sir. Alright, got that data written down there. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Alright. Might have to steal that. I love it. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got a flag with a bullet hole. And we've got the ruptured balloon. See if we can connect those. As a result of the gunshots, there is a bullet hole in the flag and a ruptured balloon. That must mean 2 shots were fired, sir! If we include the shot that hit the president, it's possible that 3 shots were fired in total. No, it's also possible that the flag and the balloon were punctured by the same bullet. Only we could be certain about the number of gunshots. Now then, let's continue the investigation. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! If you find anything new, could you please let me know? I've been wondering for a while now, but who exactly is that woman? I thought she was just a nosy onlooker, but looks like she's investigating too. Hey, please, I'm begging you! In order to figure out how many shots were fired, we'll need to talk to a witness. Can't be helped. Let's try talking to her. Ah, Mr. Prosecutor! Wow! Is that a bear trap on her backpack? Also, that's a lot of logos on that jacket there. Holy crap! Why is there a bear trap? She's in a crowd. It's armed too. She's in the middle of a crowd. Have you ever been to a convention and had someone bump into your backpack? That would die. They die. They would absolutely die here. What the hell? There's the little pipe logo. That's my favorite brand of pipe. Pipe brand pipes. Doppelganger, welcome in. How are you doing today? Sponsored nature influencer? Possibly. Yeah, flawless security, but they let in a girl with a goddamn armed bear trap. What the hell? Repping her right to bear arms, goddamn. The president was shot, not bear trapped. All right, so she didn't do that, but she's still a menace. I'm gonna stick to that right there. I guess, yeah, that does look like regular tech wear, I suppose, but like, I don't think tech wear and bear traps go together well. I'm very confused by that part. Yeah, I guess there weren't any bears here, so everybody should be safe. And that does look like an IKEA logo down there, and then we've got... There's a fifth letter there, but Loba something Studios. I think it just says water across her chest. She's just sponsored by water, the generic concept of water, the chemical composition of water. CRUS, iFly. I think iFly was a technology from the last game, I believe. And then KOD or KOB there. Not sure what that one is. Probably a few letters. There might be a few letters beyond water, but I like that all we can see is water. She's just sponsored by water. Oh my goodness. Pipe water? Oh god. Don't drink the pipe water, it's bad for you. What are you talking about? Ah, Mr. Prosecutor. The name's Nicole Swift. Just between you and me, this case is gonna be my exclusive scoop. Exclusive? Miss Swift, is it? Could you tell me what you witnessed during... So, how's your investigation coming along? Y'all got a suspect yet? Where'd you get that frilly doohickey around your neck? Could you please stop talking for a moment? I will be the one asking the questions. All right, so there's an E as well. There's E-Water and Low Ball Studios. Oh no, Global Studios, because it cuts off the S there too. So on her jacket, that's Global Studios right there. Oh, probably Gatewater. Yes, Gatewater is a corporation in the series. That makes sense. And that's KOE, I can see that there. Is that Koei? That'd be hilarious. Yeah, it's probably Global Studios on her sleeve. That would make sense. Show her your badge! Edgewood does have a badge, we know that. Although I haven't actually checked out his inventory yet. It's Kobe! Oh my goodness. What is this, interrogation? I reckon I was gonna get myself an interview. I'd like to know how many gunshots were fired. Can you please tell me what you saw? Well, I guess... I ain't telling you nothing. What? Life depends on info. I ain't giving it up that easy. Don't be selfish, pal. Won't you please cooperate with us? Selfish? If you ain't gonna share no info with me, then I'm gonna get it from elsewhere. Wait a minute, pal. If I wait, are you gonna give me what I want? If not, adios, amigos. Once again, for some reason, the police have to beg people. Please, can I please have a crumb of testimony? Please, just a crumb. That's all I'm asking. Oh, iFly was the airline in the last game. Thank you, Warden. I was trying to remember if they were the airline or that was somebody's phone brand, because I remember there was a phone that got wrecked, and that was a plot point as well. Mainly Gumshoe has to beg people. Yeah, pretty much. He's very good at it, though, it's true. The police are like Dickensian orphans, hat in hand, begging for crumbs of info. Just scrap, please, just to get through the day. You won't budge. We're at a stalemate here. A stalemate? I wonder about that. What do you mean, sir? As you know, chess is one of my hobbies. How does one go on the offensive against a defensive opponent? There are many tactics available on the chessboard. Really? I don't know much about chess. I prefer checkers. Even if it appears to be a flawless defense, there's always an opening. Observe as I break down her defense with my words. In order to get her to talk, I'll need to use the right strategy. So this is the big new mechanic they have in this game. It's interesting. Using the image of a chess game, I need to stay one step ahead of my opponent. Now then, let's analyze the situation. Let me see if I can save here. Just in case we mess anything up. There we go. Use your rook! The rook is invincible. Always use your rook. Please, sir, may I have some more data? Observe as I break down. It's me. Until you give me some info, my trap's sealed shut. Unlike your bear trap, which is very dangerous, please seal it shut. She has her guard up, so this is her defensive strategy. If I waste too much time, she may grow impatient. I need to pay attention to the time limit. So she's got 2 defenses, and she has there's the time limit up there. I must not be careless with my words. When my opponent becomes agitated or aggressive, I told you I ain't talking. You're stubborn as a mule. For example, during times like this, I should calmly wait and see how things play out. So if the person we're interrogating gets angry, back off. The moment my opponent shows an opening, I'll be able to strike. First, I should ask about her identity. Now, let us begin. Logic chess, begin! First, could you tell me your occupation? So, as long as there's text on the screen, the time limit isn't moving. But whenever there's options to be chosen, then I have to work quickly, because that's when the time limit's going. Yeah, Miles just monologuing directly to her. Either that or it's just happening in his head and he's just staring at her while nodding to her like, Either way, that's super awkward. EP, we're just showing off the new mechanic of this game, Logic Chess, where Miles is using the metaphor of chess to try to break down the resistance of a subject he's trying to interrogate. First, could you tell me your occupation? No way. If I told you, then you might get the wrong idea. The wrong idea? In other words, it's a job that you cannot tell others about. I never said that. I ain't some kind of suspicious person. She's angry, so we'll wait and see. Like I said, that's one of the rules. When they're angry, back off a bit. I'm just your run-of-the-mill model citizen. Please excuse my rudeness. I did not mean to offend you. I may not know the details of your job, but I'm sure that is a reputable one. Huh? Well, you might be giving me too much credit there. I ain't even done any major articles yet. I heard you mention articles just now. Does your job involve writing articles by any chance? Dagnabbit! That's right. I'm an investigative reporter. A bona fide up-and-coming news journalist. I see, a reporter. Say, the bottom option is back off and wait, and the top option is go on the offensive. So when she was angry, we had to back off, and then she accidentally slipped and gave something away, so we attacked on that. Chess metaphors? What is this, Umaneko? He's not turning the chessboard around, though. Yet. God, I love Umaneko so much. I would love to stream Umaneko, but I don't think my voice would survive. I figured out one time, like, I did the math, and it would take like a month. Not even a month of streams, like a month of stream days to get through all of Umaneko. I don't think I'd survive. My poor vocal cords would just liquefy. My headcanon is immutable. Honestly, I kind of want that on a shirt. That's amazing. A streamer you watch is streaming Umaneko, it's gonna take a while. Oh my god. Well, good for them, though. It's very cool. More people should see Umaneko. Go play Umaneko! I see. A reporter. She may already have some information about the case. This will be my next line of questioning. Time limit's been refilled. That's good. This is where the real battle begins. I'll need to draw out even more information from her. Were you present at the time of the incident that occurred? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how about some of that info like you promised me? No, ladies first, I insist. I told you, my trap's sealed shut. You ain't getting my info that easily. This is just my livelihood here. Please, I'm begging you. If you stick your head in too deep, you may be putting yourself in danger. I'm a pro after all. A few gunshots don't scare me. I'll admit you're dedicated to your job. However, you still have much to learn. The fact that you heard the gunshots clearly means that you were present during the incident. You must have seen something. Busted again. I just happened to be here covering the speech, and that's when it all went south. That's all, I swear. I ain't saying another word. So, she was here to write an article about the speech. She should still have the material she gathered for her article. This could be a useful clue. You said that you were a reporter. Did you come here to gather news material? If you want to know that bad, give me some info first. No, you first. Show me what you gathered. Honest to Betsy, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me try using that clue. Are you telling me that you came here to gather material and you left empty-handed? You should still have the materials you collected with you. That's... darn tootin', I'm a pro! I collect info with my own 2 feet. That's why I ain't giving it up without a fight. As the prosecutor in charge of this case, I'm making a serious plea for your cooperation. Don't you mess with me! I ain't handing it over, and that's final. Please understand where I'm coming from, Mr. Prosecutor. Being a reporter is a tough job, isn't it? Ah, so you're finally getting it. How has your job performance been? Well, I'm always trying to be the best reporter I can be. This here tape recorder, I always carry by my side. I see. If you're trying to be the best reporter that you can be, then it would be unnatural for you not to have collected any news materials. You recorded it on your tape recorder, didn't you? The information regarding this case. Ah, doggone it! Here goes my exclusive scoop. And that's how chess works. When you take out one of the opponent's pieces, you throw it at them and then it obliterates their piece. That's chess. For anybody that hasn't learned the game here. Play Jackbox TKO and you could possibly have a shirt that says my headcanon is immutable. That's true, that's true. Hey, Commander Keen, welcome in. How are you doing today, Commander? Hope you're doing well. She does kind of give me a lot of vibes as well. She's not, but she's giving me those vibes, most definitely. Always Hulk smash my way to victory. It's the best way to play, I think, right there. Buying all the pieces that get obliterated is why only rich people play chess. Yes, it was only like a month or 2 ago. Or no, it was, sorry, I think it was August 2023. They released the Android version of the translation. So pretty recent. Less than a year ago. It's not easy to get working. I don't highly recommend trying it. It's challenging, but you know, obviously it looks great, so I'm very happy about that. That's right. I have it on my tape recorder. All the information I recorded from my article is right here. Checkmate. Logic chess complete. Based on that background, I thought we were going to send her to the Shadow Zone there. I was a little concerned. You Christensen, I'm glad to teach you a new technique there. Let me know how it goes for you. Meat check. That's amazing, Mr. Prosecutor. Before I knew it, you done had me chattering like a chipmunk. Let me hear what you have on the tape recorder. If I listen to the tape, I should be able to determine the exact number of gunshots. Kissa, thank you for the IRL meat check right there. Oh, everybody else might want to take an opportunity to stretch out. Oh, stand up, get some blood in your legs. Get something to drink if you don't have anything to drink right now. Check and make sure your shoulders aren't rising up. If they are, bring them back down. All right. Imagine this does look better for streaming, though for general play, I'd probably recommend the DS version. I'm curious why. Because we played the Android version of Ace Attorney Investigations 1. I really liked it. I thought it was really solid. There are a lot of posts from people trying to turn off all the flashing and shaking. Understandably, I understand a lot of people aren't fans of that. Fine, but I won't let you have it for free. Other than my mentor, you're the only person to push me this far. In other words, you're gonna be my second mentor. Yep, that's how it's gonna be. I see. Kinda like a second home, sir. And I got one more request. A 24-hour exclusive interview. Please, Mr. Prosecutor, this is my first and final request as your apprentice. This is difficult to accept, but unless I agree to it, I won't be able to listen to that tape, because for some reason in this universe, attorneys have no power to compel people to hand over evidence, I guess. 24 hours is out of the question, but I will grant you an interview after we solve this case. What about being my second mentor? Also out of the question. Aww, don't be so ornery. Well, I guess you take what you get. It's all for the sake of my news scoop. Time to get the ball rolling. Let's begin our exclusive coverage. Well then, Ms. Swift, please begin the playback of the tape recorder for me. I love that noise. It's so nostalgic right there. Just because it's probably easier to get the patch working. Oh yeah, for most people, I would not recommend doing the Android version because it is a huge pain getting the patch working. Whereas the DS version, pretty easy right now. So if you want to play this yourself, probably go for the DS version, honestly. And hey, if you happen to have a writable cartridge for your DS, you might even be able to play it in real hardware, which would be very cool. Ooh, congratulations to yesterday, Chinanin. Being a hero right there, I respect that. I imagine it's more of I want to do this now as opposed to waiting for a subpoena to get through. That's true, but I'm trying to think if we've seen subpoenas in the Ace Attorney games before. Hey, Lost, welcome in. We're just getting started, but so far I'm enjoying it. How are you doing today, Lost? Ooh, soft modded DSi. Very nice, very nice. I haven't tried soft modding any of my handhelds, but I'd really like to. My dear friends, there is a reason for my visit. A few days ago, a smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed. I see, this was the president's speech. The president passionately addresses the crowd. He's deflating the rumors flying around about a recent decline in his approval ratings. That was my own commentary. I tried to create the feeling of actually being there. According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this. You seem quite pleased that the Yatagarasu incident has been resolved. Well, of course. It's a great honor for us as well. Whose voice is this? Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other. Where have I heard this voice before? Oh, the gunshot's coming up. The president raises his fist in the air. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now. The hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. What in tarnation? Whoa, 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 whoa! Alright, 2 gunshots, you heard it there. Oh yeah, they do sometimes like physically drag witnesses in. We got that at least. I haven't seen if there's any paperwork involved. Everything ever is improved if you swap smuggling for snuggling. Can I get in on the snuggling ring? Is that a thing? They kept whispering about staying on target and taking the shot. Must have been Kim. That actually sounds like one of those things where they're like, here's the big hint, but we're not going to let you solve the case for the next 3 or 4 hours. How's the weather in your part of the world? Still pretty cold. It's been in the mid-40s Fahrenheit pretty much all this week. That's during the daytime, so still the last vestiges of winter here. It seems that 2 shots were fired. And what do you reckon? Quite simple, really. Using the bullet's trajectory, we can deduce its flight path. 2 shots were fired. 1 bullet hit the president. That means the other shot left a hole in the flag and punctured the balloon. Do you understand now? The location of the perpetrator who fired the gun. The bullet that struck both the flag and the balloon was fired from here. Alright, so if only 2 shots were fired, that must mean 1 shot went through the flag and hit the balloon. That must mean it went back... Probably not standing right in front of the staircase, somebody would see that. So probably over here, in the left side of the crowd. That's what I'm thinking there. This is Japanifornia. I assume as long as the prosecutor isn't literally the murderer, they can do whatever they want. Although, that may have happened a time or 2 as well. Oh yeah, there's still snow possibly coming this week too here. That's insane. Oh, I think we got some the other night, but it didn't stick around at least, so that's a good thing. By connecting the bullet marks from the flag and the balloon, we learn the bullet's trajectory. It's likely that the bullet was fired from the left side of the audience area. All right, there we go. Oh, your snow moved there? I'm sorry, Doppelganger, I didn't mean to export it. Now, murder is basically the only thing prosecutors get punished for in this series. They've mentioned it once offhand, but I really wish the series would deal with perjury a little bit better. Because, oh my god, everybody in these games lies all the time, and we catch them in the lies, and then they tell new lies, and they get away with it every time. Basically, what I'm saying is, put Wendy Oldbag in forever jail. Forever jail. Not just the game, specifically the judge. The judge is so mean to the prosecutor. Yeah, throw Lana in jail as well, what the hell? Forever jail. Just what I'd expect from Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, I would like to investigate the left side of the audience area. Yes, sir! Wait, you mean we have to move all these people? Yes, there's no time. We could be losing vital evidence for every second we let slip by. We must hurry. Yes, sir! Mentor number 2! Hey, mentor number 2! Ms. Swift, I assume you're addressing me? Of course, mentor number 2. This is my time to shine. I'm an expert at crowd dispersal. Light the torches, release the hounds, and run them down. I appreciate your help, but please do not use those methods. Also, please stop addressing me as your mentor. I never agreed to that position. I hear you. I'll try to keep that in mind, mentor... I mean, Mr. Prosecutor? Mr. Edgeworth, we're ready to begin the investigation, sir. Miss Swift was all over the crowd helping us round them up, sir. This ain't nothing compared to my first mentor's mob wrangling skills. Seems to be used to this sort of thing. However, Miss Swift, all that running around seems to have caused your clothes to be covered with mud. I'll take care of the cleaning bill if you like. Huh? Oh, you're talking about my parka? Don't you worry your very fancy head about that. It's reversible, so I can just flip it around later and it's good as new. That won't do much for mud stains, though. Yeah, seriously, that's also super gross. Like, it's probably still wet. Don't flip around a reversible parka while it's wet. That's disgusting. Oh god, Larry Butts. Please put Larry Butts in forever jail. Please. Yeah, how does Francesca Von Karma literally assault people in front of the judge and sometimes assault the judge and get away with it? What the hell? Miles is a big dude, it's true. Like, all of these characters vaguely have JoJo vibes. It's a weird trope in anime when a character will just declare someone their mentor. It's a little weird. It is, that's so uncomfortable. We can convert the outside mud to inside mud. Please don't. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's restart the investigation, sir. The crowd has made a mess of the crime scene. Hope some traces of the criminal are still left behind. Wait a second, is that how I think over there? I'm gonna save. You guys notice anybody on the left side there? Right here? This bald bastard? Should have thought we'd run into him during the tutorial case. This is a terrible incident indeed, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this man again? I, Winston Payne, am willing to assist as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor? Why did you come here today? I accompanied the chief prosecutor. Hmm? Voice sounds like the one that I heard on the tape earlier. Was he one of the men standing in front of Ms. Swift? And where is the chief now? The chief is a busy man. He had a special permission to leave the premises. The chief called me here and then left by himself. Not completely satisfied with this. Yeah, the Autobot does not like all caps. Don't worry about it, Autobot is kind of a jerk. Oh yeah, JD was so annoying to all the people around him. Yeah, I love how Edgeworth never remembers Payne. I mean, Payne's basically the guy who's most noteworthy for getting slapped around in the tutorial case in the first game. Which is weird because, you know, Phoenix literally didn't know how courtrooms worked and still beat him. There was a Charles in Charge marathon that the prosecutor didn't want to miss. Wow! Digging deep there. Oh, it's not Automod, it's Nightbot. Nightbot is on a power trip, that is true. That jerk. And the second game, and the third game. Basically, Winston Payne's the worst. I don't know if he's ever won a case. Y'all need to go through the garbage? You prosecutors got a tough job. I'm Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir! So it's the detective's job to go through the trash. Prosecutors don't want to dirty their hands. Let's see. Hope I find something good. The detective seems to be a little too eager about searching through the trash. This is a winning popsicle stick! Detective? Sorry, sir. Let's see. Something related to the case. Look what I found, sir! Yes, good work. Let's have a closer look. I'll need to view this object from various angles to uncover the truth hidden within. Yes, sir! Just give me the word and I'll spin the evidence round and round. Wait, is it canon that when we're inspecting objects, Gumshoe's like holding onto them and just like tilting them around for us? I'm gonna imagine that now. That's my new headcanon and I love it. It's beautiful. He's the Glass Joe of prosecutors, basically. I love that. Pain loss to a man with amnesia. Yeah, it's got the same logo as on her jacket right there. It must be the hot new trend. If you want to zoom in or zoom out, I'll move the evidence for you, sir. Oh my god. That's gonna be the headcanon too. Every time we zoom in an object, it's just Gumshoe going... Close enough for you, sir? Zoom further. It's like right in front of his face. Gumshoe's still tilting it back and forth. Edgeworth literally has his arms behind his back. Yeah, he's gotta be doing the noises too. Yeah, if someone actually said this to me, I'd be so confused. Here, let me look that bag over. No, don't look the bag over. I will hold the bag, and I'll turn it however you need to see. All right, that's super weird, but whatever. Zoom and enhance, Gumshoe. Use the slide bar to zoom in and out. Investigate every fine detail. If you find something suspicious, please let us know immediately, sir. Move the cursor to a spot of interest and press the examine button to investigate it. All right, let's give it a try. We'll check out that logo first. Oh, or that unclasps it. The document of some sort. Leader Rook, Lieutenant Knightley, pay extra attention to the lake area. Rook takes Knightley's place. In the case of an emergency, Knightley will lead the president inside the plane. A terrorist in the audience? We can't be certain there is none. It's dated March 24th. Well, this definitely seems suspicious. Holy shit. Gumshoe's walking the back seating line. He really is. Frankie from One Piece. Yes, perfect example right there. Hey, Punisher. Welcome in. How are you doing today, Punisher? Hope you're doing good. Oh yeah, Edgeworth would probably never actually touch the evidence himself. That's why he has Gumshoe around always. He's this professional evidence toucher. Once again, I imagine this note is being held by Gumshoe right in front of his face, as he has his hand on his chin going, I see. Let's see. President's security detail. These are the plans for the president's security, sir. It depicts the security layout. The bodyguards' names are written on here too. Rook and Knightley. The bodyguards are not from the Republic of Zhengfa? Seems the president hired a local security firm. Why didn't he use the police force of Zhengfa? You want to know the reason? That's another big scoop. Do you know something about it? I was just at the Zhengfa embassy the other day, fixing to get some news material. That's what I heard. Sounds like the president's got plenty of enemies. He also don't get along too well with the top brass of the Zhengfa police. See, doesn't even trust the people of his own country. This could be related to the assassination attempt. All right, yeah, that seems like a big clue right there. They're really going all in on the chess motif. They really are. It's a little bit a lot. The professional evidence toucher. That's what it says on his business cards too. Or it would if you could afford them. Meanwhile, Phoenix is solving at least one case because he personally handles all the evidence. It's true. It's true. We love our clumsy little defense attorney right there. Oh, God. Oh, shoot. Did you feel that earthquake, Commander Keen? I'm so sorry. Holy crap. But why would this document be in the bag? That is strange indeed. Concerns the safety of the president. Normally it would be under tight security. Huh? This bag. There's something else in it, sir. This is... It's a gun, sir! Mr. Edgeworth, could this bag have belonged to the... Indeed, it is possible that the assassin may have thrown it away. It's a revolver, or something like this to appear in a place like this. It said a gun that's prohibited in this country. Is this the work of a professional assassin? You must have used that document to carry out the crime, sir. This revolver, I will need to take a closer look at it. I can totally see that happening, Doppelganger. Yeah, why wasn't that the first thing they noticed? No, you gotta focus on the important thing. The paper. Also, this is snappy too in here. Alright, let's focus on the chambers. This gun fired 2 bullets. That matches the number of gunshots heard. This must be the murder weapon, sir! Alright, that's the same thing we heard before. Alright. Let's zoom out a little bit. If there's anything else on here to see. This is a laser pointer. It's an implement you attach to a gun to help you aim with a laser, sir. Just press here and... it's firing a red laser, sir! The assassin used this laser pointer to target the president. Alright. This bag has provided us with lots of useful evidence. Dumpster diving really paid off, sir. Good work, Detective. I have one more request. Please tell the forensics team to check the gun and the bag for fingerprints. Yes, sir! We can obtain fingerprints. It would be a huge breakthrough in our investigation. I've got the results back, sir! That was fast. Of course! I made him double time it. Fortunately, we couldn't find any fingerprints, sir. Are you certain you did a thorough search? Of course, we combed every inch. We even took out the bullets and examined them, sir. As expected, this won't be easy. Fingerprints are like the rarest thing in the Phoenix Wright universe. They never find them and they always look for them. Let's see, is chamber rotate left standard? Does it vary between gun makes? That's a good question and I don't know the answer. Yeah, I thought it was a scope too, but laser pointer makes sense too. Although it is daytime, so it probably wouldn't work very well. He's firing his laser! Is Gumshoe with the police or a private investigator? He is with the police. As a matter of fact, Gumshoe is the only policeman here. Edgeworth here is a prosecutor, but for some reason in the Phoenix Wright universe, prosecutors do a lot of the investigating instead of the police. The police just sort of help and do some of the menial grunt work. It's really weird. The legal system in Phoenix Wright is weird, but if you got questions, I'd be happy to answer it. I feel like I've basically got a Phoenix Wright law degree at this point. Alright, what else we got here? You are with the television crew, are you not? Oh, that's right, but... Then you must have recorded this speech. I'd like to see the footage. Yeah, about that. That'll be difficult. What was that, pal? It's our duty as a citizen to cooperate with the investigation. After the incident, the guests knocked over the TV camera in the panic. All the footage was lost. That's how tapes work. You push over a camera, tape gone. If there was any footage left, it could have been vital evidence. Yeah, it's too bad, sir. Oh no, who is this now? Also, you had a foreign president speaking there and you had one camera? Where's the other 12 news organizations? What the hell? You probably know Japanifordian law better than Phoenix does now. Low bar to clear, though. Oh! Phoenix is bad at the law. Hey, Catastrophe, welcome in. Yeah, it is a running joke that either It's usually either there's nothing in the trash or Phoenix just refuses to look through the trash. Rin, it's usually the same because it's a mechanical rotation mechanism attached to the hammer. But is it like a standard between different like guns, or do different manufacturers do it different? That's my question there. Just the one news outlet. Who needs more? Who's laughing here? What was that? Looks like you're in a jam, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice. Kay! She was on top of the truck. Then she jumped off the back and then went around the... it's okay, it's fine. Hey, Kay! Long time no see, Mr. Edgeworth. The hero of justice. Kay Faraday is here to save the day. Hero? I guess she wouldn't refer to herself as a heroine. So, have you given up on this great thief business yet? Nope, I haven't stopped. I'm just on vacation. I'm still in training to become the second Yatagarasu. About 2 weeks ago, this girl became involved in one of my cases. The mysterious phantom thief, the Yatagarasu. The case of a gentleman thief who steals the truth for the sake of justice. This girl is a successor to that great thief. If you need to pick a lock or untie a rope, leave it to me. But since I'm still in training, I haven't actually stolen anything yet. Kay, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I wanted to join in the festivities. Does seem to have a fondness for these kind of events. Afterwards, I thought I'd come meet up with you guys. Well, we're glad to see you. You look like you've been doing well, pal. It's been a while, Gummy. I'm glad you're well, too. Kay, you said earlier that you could help me out. Please don't be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. I took a photo that captures the exact moment of the crime. I see. Could you show it to us at once? Same as usual, I see. Can't you act even a little surprised? Yeah, that prosecutor's always in a sour mood. He even got annoyed when I called him my second mentor. Oh, by the way, I'm Nicole Swift, up-and-coming investigative reporter. Nice to meet you, Nicole. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's really... Enough idle chatter. Can you please just show us the photo? Fine, here. This is a photo I took right at the moment of the gunshot. Yeah! Yeah, that is a hell of a shot right there. Oh my god. Japanifornia has a state media company? Oh god. Gotcha, Rin, gotcha. That makes sense. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, in this universe, attempted assassinations are festivities. Hey, J. Melvin, welcome in. How are you doing today, J. Melvin? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, Edgeworth was asking before if the president's doing okay. If he got shot in the forehead, I don't think he's doing okay. Oh god, Rook and Knightley's haircuts. Also that giant neck brace right there, I suppose. That is an impressive fade though, holy shit. Oh, jeez. And why are they holding empty briefcases like that? That's a little weird. It was awful. Everyone in the audience was running in panic. This photo depicts the president and his two bodyguards. Wait, hang on. If Kay took the photo, what has she been doing for the last, like, 30 minutes while we were investigating? Has she just been lurking on top of that news van waiting to make a dramatic entrance? No, actually, I take it back. That sounds like a thing Kay would do. Judging from the names written on the security plan, these two must be Rook and Knightley. Hmm? What is this? Thank you, Kay. This will be a very important clue. Oh, you have that sharp look in your eyes. Did you find something, Mr. Prosecutor? In this photo, there is a contradiction. This photo? I don't see nothing. If you don't understand, then I'll show you. The scene captured in the photo and the evidence I have on hand. By comparing the two, I'll find the contradiction. Time for my deductive skills to come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Is it here? Nothing unusual about this area. War paint on his forehead? Oh my god. We do have bulletproof backpacks in this country because it's a nightmare hellscape here. The president is shocked about the luggages. I'd be shocked too. Because the way they're holding it, they would have just dumped out everything that was inside there, and that's horrible. I mean, if I could look at my actual evidence, because he said there's a difference between this and the evidence, but I can't look at the evidence right now. Once I've found the contradiction, I press the deduce button with conviction. Then I present the evidence that contradicts the spot. No, everything looks okay there. I think I'm supposed to present this, but if it's what I'm thinking of, that's super dumb. Ms. Swift, this newspaper contains a photograph of the president. I'd like you to compare it with a photo Kay took at the scene. What do you mean? Oh, that's right. There's something on the president's forehead that wasn't there before. Oh god, yeah, this is a little bit simple, but that's okay. We're gonna get through this. Briefcases could be fold-up shields. That would actually be pretty impressive. Yeah, I didn't put the conviction into it. That's true. I gotta really slam my finger down on that conviction button. Let's see. Hang on a sec. Hey, Chris Technician, no worries. Glad to have you here today. How are you doing, Chris Technician? How's everything going? Yeah, this is the tutorial. That's true. I think that's my problem is like whenever I'm playing a murder mystery, I'm like trying to be hyper aware. So whenever something is like simple and straightforward, I'm like, oh, it can't be that. There's a dot on the president's head now, and there wasn't in the picture. What could it be? And Dame Karen, yes, we are playing the second of the 2 Edgeworth games, which was never officially released in English, which is very exciting. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Is that a mole? Uh-huh, it certainly looks like a red mole. Oh god, really? That's foolish. It's hard to believe that a mole would pop out of thin air like that. Maybe a bug bit him, sir. That all? I thought you were onto something. Turns out it's just an itty-bitty bug bite. You were talking with such a serious look on your face, I was getting all excited. The way to the truth always begins with small contradictions. That's a great way of putting it. I'll be using that for my article. Let's make another save here and then see if there's any way we can do something with this. In this photo, the president doesn't look surprised, but in this one, he does. That's a contradiction. The president does look like a lion, which is very ridiculous. I'm doing good, Dame Karen. Thank you for asking. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what we got. So let's look at our logic. Yeah, let's see. So there was a laser pointer on the gun. What's the dinner report and shirt for today? Dinner report today is, I made chicken parmesan, which I haven't made for a very long time. I think the recipe needs some tweaking, but like, you know, it's chicken, marinara, and cheese. There's really no way that can go bad. And as for shirt, I went boring today. I'm wearing another blank one. I was very lazy, and this is the first one I grabbed. So we've got the laser, and then we have the red mole. Let's see if we can connect those two somehow. I've solved the mystery of the red mole. Huh? You mean it's not a bug bite, sir? It's nothing like a bug bite or an itchy rash. This is the light from a laser pointer. You mean a gun was aimed at the president's forehead? And right after that, the second gunshot was heard. All right, oh, that's why he looks surprised, and that's why the guards are springing into action. Because the first gunshot went wild? That's a pretty big wide miss there. So they did the first gunshot, and then the second one was the one that hit him. That's interesting. Rooks, you need to make a big batch of truffled bolognese. Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah, it's a very comfy shirt, so I enjoy wearing it. Mystery like meat. Sorry about that, Commander Keen. Nightbot hates fun. Psychic lie detection. I love it. I wish we had that. All right. That's certainly more than just an itch, sir. Indeed. I am concerned for the president's well-being. It's becoming more and more likely that this gun was the weapon used in the attack. Magical lawyer superpower number 2, hypersensitive tell spotting. I wish we had that in LA Noire. God, that game is so good. More people need to play LA Noire. It's not bad. Don't let anyone tell you it's bad. It's good. Basic logic. I love how they do talk about logic as if it's a superpower that only Edgeworth has. But why did the criminal use a laser pointer, sir? That's right. They would have had a beam of light shining from their hands. Pew, 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 pew. Way too conspicuous. And if you follow the path of the laser, you'll find out who fired the shot. That's not good at all. Oh yeah, I'll stick some other photos. Maybe the light from the laser pointer was captured on those. It's a long shot, but there may be a chance. Kay, could you show us those photos? Coming right up. Firstly, the photo from before the incident. Your face is taking up most of the frame. I'm noticing something suspicious right there. Also, remember from the from Nicole's testimony, the first gunshot was heard right after the moment where the president threw his fist in the air and said that line. So this is just before the first gunshot, which is interesting. A lot of hot dog stands in that game. I love LA Noire. I am passionate about LA Noire, and it is one of my greatest heartbreaks in gaming history that Team Bondi never got to make a second game. Let's see. What do we got here? I wanted to get a two-shot of me and the president. This was taken a little before the gunshots. And here's the one I showed you before. This is right after the first gunshot. And immediately after that, the second gunshot rang out. And then... what is this? You can't really see much in this photo. After that last photo, one of the running guests knocked me down. Looks like the shutter clicked just then. This doesn't look too helpful. Or this doesn't look too helpful, pal. Yeah, I don't see anything terribly suspicious here. Couple of possibilities, but nothing jumping out at me. Well, those are all the photos I took. Alright, you got that added to the organizer. I'd like to examine these in a bit more detail. We're gonna investigate before the incident, because that's where the interesting thing is. Where can the light from the laser pointer be seen? Right there. I found it. What? Look just in front of this person in the red hood. Ah, there! Yes, that's probably the light from the laser pointer. Then, the red-hooded person would be the assassin. We did it! It's all thanks to me, right? Right. As expected, the great thief has stolen the truth. Perhaps the criminal can also be seen in the other photos. Let me examine these photos one more time. Let's see, let me get caught up on chat right here. Oh, I'm glad you like the LA Noire videos. I was so bad at driving in those games. I don't even know why. I was embarrassingly bad in there. Jason Todd, the Red Hood. Gasp. He was trying to take out Winston Payne. Fair enough, can't blame him for that. LTG, no! Keep your voice down. Please don't. Alright, I need to blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Alright, thank you for waiting, everyone. I appreciate that. Let's check out the after photo next. And we can see the assassin in here as well, which is interesting.
Take that!
Ah, there! The red-hooded assassin. Looks like they're escaping in the panic, sir. You can see the direction they ran in. Ah, the samurai dog banner! Right, the assassin escaped towards the right side of the audience area. Detective Gumshoe. Got it, sir! We'll investigate the right side of the audience area. I'm counting on you. Hopefully he'll just straight up find somebody with a red hoodie and then we can just put this to bed. Oh, that's a creepy photo, holy shit. The red-hooded assassin. Since the park was sealed off, there's nowhere they could have run to. If we follow their trail, we'll definitely catch them. Now then, let's continue with the investigation. We'll definitely find some traces of the assassin. Tutorials rarely, if ever, have red herrings even, right? In the last tutorial, we, the players, actually knew who did it at the beginning. And we were just helping Edgeworth get there. I kind of expected them to do that again, but they've done that for most of the Phoenix Wright games, I think, where in the tutorial the player knows who did it. But not this time, so that's interesting at least. You appreciate modern DC? They've got some good stuff, LTG. As long as you don't watch the movies. All right. Let's see what we got around here. Why does it say target practice? The flag from the shooting booth is lying on the ground. The proud Trump knocked it over. Why? Why would you have a shooting booth at a presidential speech? The security people in this game are the worst. Yeah, there's a little bit of a disconnect between the graphics there, but like the actual like talking head graphics look really sharp. So I like that at least. Oh, Superman Red Sun? Oh yeah, I was talking about the live action movies specifically. The animated movies have some really good stuff. But yeah, Red Sun's good, most definitely. Yeah, they don't really do irrelevant clues very much, although a lot of the cases will... A lot of the cases, like, other people will suspect someone, and either Edgeworth or Phoenix will be like, no, that's not them, but I have to prove it. So us, the players, don't get a lot of red herrings, but there are a lot of clues that point in the wrong direction that we know are probably incorrect, I should say. Yeah, there's a few of the bad ones, but I mean, there's so many DC animated ones that, you know, there's bound to be some stinkers in there somewhere. Yeah, I assume it's like pop guns or like those little ball guns, something like that. Judging from all the footprints on the flag, it must have been quite a panic. Do you know where you can buy these flags, sir? Why do you want to know? Are you going to write gumshoe on the flag and carry it around with you? Ah! How did you know, sir? Don't tell me. Mr. Edgeworth, did you just read my mind, sir? I meant it as a joke, though. For him to actually have thought that. That is a little weird, I gotta admit. There is that, Dame Karen. America is a hellscape. Still talking about the tutorials? No, not that I can remember in the tutorials. The tutorials are usually like super straightforward, as far as I can remember. I've got so much time between the games, I may have forgot something there. All right. What is this down here? It's a red button, sir. Could it be? This could be related to the person in the red hood. Or it could be like we were discussing before, how President Incredibly Swole might have popped a button and killed someone. That's a possibility too, we can't rule that out yet. Basic pattern recognition. This is red, hoodie red, maybe connected? How long ago in America was this? I wanna say early 2000s? I think the Phoenix Wright Wiki has like an attempt at putting a timeline together. Although it's very tentative. They don't usually talk about years in these games, so it's tough to tell. Wait, you like asked for a gallon of vodka and they actually got you one? That's super awkward. Oh, God. And the president had a red mole. Maybe it wasn't a mole at all. Maybe there was a button stuck to his head. And then when they shot him, the bullet ricocheted off the button and the button fell into the crowd. Yes, I think we've solved this case already. There was a DC crossover with Predator once, I think. Shane, if someone at Remedy Entertainment offered to get your Alan Wake game signed by Sam Lake, I don't have an Alan Wake game. They didn't make a physical Alan Wake game. I would buy one if it existed, but they don't. Which makes me sad. I understand why they did it, but yeah, they never made a physical Alan Wake game. Yeah, Batman vs. Predator was the one I was thinking of, I think. All right, so Ace Attorney 1 takes place in 2016 or 2017. And then we kind of know like the timeline where games take place afterwards, so yeah, they kind of pieced it together there. Archie vs. Predator is amazing. Also, Archie vs. the Punisher, also incredible. No, Gamma Gummo, not yet, and hopefully she won't ever. How are you doing today, Gamma Gummo? Let's see what else we got. Here's a samurai dog sign. They're selling cheery cherry samurai dogs. I don't believe I've ever had a cherry dog. I've always wondered, what do cherry dogs taste like, sir? They use cherries instead of a hot dog, so it probably tastes like cherries. What the fuck? Is that like a hot dog bun full of cherries? And do they have toppings? Like, what is... I have so many questions about this, but it sounds like an abomination. No, please, no. Who is buying these? Why are they doing this? Oh my god, Rin, thank you so much for linking that. It is beautiful, it is. What if you own a life-size Alan Wake cardboard? Oh my god, that would be pretty neat. Those do exist, although I don't think they've ever sold them though. Can answer the question with science. I'm not doing that. I won't do that. It's disgusting. Hot cherries in a steamed bun? I don't know. That just seems excessive. Like, there's a recipe where you put ingredients together, and there's also just stuff put together, and that seems like just stuff put together. I don't know. I don't see the appeal. I don't see the appeal there. You don't understand the revulsion? That's where I'm at. I don't understand the appeal. I don't see what would be good about that. It's weird. I think the reason I'm so disgusted is because, like, when I think hot dog, I usually don't think of them plain. So I've got this image inside my head of a hot dog bun with a line of cherries and then just relish all on top of it. That's my revulsion right there. I'm imagining there's toppings and it's grossing me the fuck out. I should clarify. That's freaking me out there. The samurai dogs are samurai manju in Japanese, so it's probably a cherry-filled manju instead of a meat or red bean original. Oh, see, that seems more reasonable than a freaking hot dog. Yeah, I was thinking of it as a Chicago dog, and oh god, please no. Please no. Some people take their Chicago dogs very seriously. Ketchup on cherries. Like, that wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but again, I don't see the appeal if nothing else. Yeah, cherries and bread by itself doesn't seem bad, but like, doesn't seem like it's improving the bread or the cherries. I don't think either of them are getting elevated there. What's a Chicago dog? Oh man, Chicago dogs, check it out on Wikipedia. They actually have their own Wikipedia page. But the Chicago dog, the hot dog itself isn't super different. It's usually Italian beef though. The thing that makes a Chicago dog is the toppings, and there is lots of them. There's relish, there's a pickle spear, there's some tomato slices on there, sport peppers, which are a very weird thing and pretty much only exist in Chicago dogs and also in certain relishes in Chicago. Rin, thank you so much for the link. Chicago dogs are also known as dragged through the garden style hot dogs because there's just so much stuff on top of them. Also, they always have a that particular bun with them. Yeah, the relish is also the greenest green, like supernatural, like Slimer colored green. And like if you ask anyone why is the relish that color, they'll just say, "Oh, it's always been that way. That's just the way it be. We did them before, we just do them like that now." Poppy seed, that was what I was trying to think of. I'm like, it's not sesame. What the hell are those things? Poppy seed hot dog buns, that's important. Let me get caught up on chat here. Ecto relish, oh god. Basically. KFC style coleslaw, oh god. Like, they have pictures of Chicago hot dog relish online, and you'll be like, that doesn't look natural. Food should not be that color. And yeah, they just make it that color. It's super weird. Yeah. If you tend to get, I mean, there's a lot of different styles of hot dog in Chicago. It's one of those things where, like, outside of Chicago, all you hear about is the Chicago dog, the standard dragged through the garden. But there's different ones. For example, one of the most famous one in here is the Gene and Jude's hot dog, where the primary topping, wait for it, is French fries, and they load them on there. Is it good? I don't know. Do you like hot dogs? Do you like French fries? It's a hot dog with French fries on it. If you come to Chicago, come get the Gene and Jude's dog. You could make one yourself, but don't. Just get the Gene and Jude dog. It's good. Yeah, it is the same color we dye the river. Unrelated as far as I know. Yeah, they were just doing motion capture for Sam Lake. I hope he's in Death Stranding too. I love Sam Lake. The idea of Sam Lake hanging out with Hideo Kojima makes me so happy. Yeah, they dye the river for St. Patrick's Day. Look up those pictures. Those are surreal. I'm not a big fan of pickle relish either. It's a sometimes thing, but it's a usually not for me. Punisher, thank you for investing in the Harvester sequel right there. The Harvester sequel is definitely going to have all the staple Chicago foods, mainly because it's all going to be like licensing deals. We're going to have like Portillo's sponsorship in there. Steve is going to be constantly talking about how much he loves Portillo's, which will make me a lot of money, which I appreciate. I think that's one of the big goals of this game. Shenanigan has also redeemed a Harvester sequel there. It'll be like Yakuza as well, where like every time we cut to the food, it'll be like actual like high-res footage. That'll be the most high-res thing in the game. Like everything else is basically gonna be like 8-bit, but then like super high-res pictures of the hot dog. As a matter of fact, this game is going to be like 80 gigs, mostly because these pictures of food is going to be so ridiculous. It's just raw footage with the best cameras available. It's gonna be beautiful. John has also redeemed invested in a Harvester sequel. Maybe we might also possibly have hot dog topping games, but they'll be judged by Chicago standards. So if you put anything that's not on a Chicago dog, an angry mob with pitchforks will run you out of Harvester. Game over. Sorry. Do your studying. It's important. And Finkelroy has also invested in a Harvester sequel too. So, let's see, I'm trying to think. You can also have all the Chicago style pizzas. There's more than one. A lot of people don't know that. And we could put some New York style pizza in the game. And then if you eat that, you could be like, wow, this is the worst pizza I've ever had. And then just keel over dead. Because, you know, inferior pizza. I'm going to stand by that too. Wait, we have a poll up? Oh my God, I need to see this. If you could, would you dip your fries in ice cream? I mean, I dip my fries in Wendy's Frosty. Does that count? That's kind of like ice cream. It's more of a milkshake, but like, it's close. Frosties count? Yeah, I dip my fries in Frosties. Do you guys not dip your fries in Frosties? Is that just a regional thing? I saw there's good news on the Voyager 1. I'm really hoping they get some access to it again. Yeah, food picks are like 80% of the game's budget. Can we have a crossover with a pizza lover from Deadly Premonition 2? Yes. I will not ask permission, but I'll put him in there. Keels over dead rat scuttles on a pizza. We really need to press this point home, I think. Oh, Frosty is kind of like a frozen milkshake, basically. You're on the side of LY, but I have done it once. I mean, I was on the side of LY before I tried it. And then I'm like, I don't understand why this is good, but it is. It doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see, you have dipped fries in Frosty when you're in New Mexico. What's your thoughts, Kissa? I'd love to hear. No, yeah, frozen milkshake is what you should be thinking right there. Imagine that. Sweary will just retroactively demand to be in the game. And I'll be like, we don't have the budget for that, but that's fine. Come over, I'll take some pictures of you. I'll record a couple of voice samples, we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, kind of like loose soft serve, I suppose. That's a good way to think of it as well. Oh, you're getting American Wendy's there. Excellent, excellent. All right, sorry, we should get back to the game. Now that we've established that you do need to dip your fries in Frosty, that's what the poll says. All right. So use cherries instead of a hot dog, so it probably tastes like cherries. But why do they call it a cherry dog if there's no hot dog in it, sir? You have a point. The truth about cherry dogs. It remains a mystery, sir. Gumshoe's focusing on the important things here. I can see the sky reflected in the puddle after the rain stopped. Was that a haiku, sir? You're quite a poet, Mr. Edgeworth. That was not my intention. Well then, how would you describe it? How's this, sir? The rain leaves behind a puddle. Just like Mr. Edgeworth's logic leaves me in a muddle. Not bad for a poet, not good for a detective. You don't need to make haikus rhyme, Gumshoe. Be caught up right here. Gumshoe is just as confused as us. That's good. That's good. The truth about cherry dogs. Oh, God. All right. What else do we have to look at here? Oops. No, not that. Up here? It is a cheap-looking food stall made out of plywood. They're selling samurai dogs. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm at $4, sir! Am I imagining things, or are you suggesting we take a snack break during our investigation? Of course not, sir. I just thought it could help us with our investigation. I'll buy you a box when we're finished with the investigation. I'm sorry, sir. What? What's with that look on your face? Is there a problem? No. That was just unexpected, sir. Generosity? From Gumshoe? What? No one wants to know how the sausage is made, nor the cherry dog. Don't look under the relish. The truth about cherry dogs, a deep dive. Coming soon to YouTube, my 4-hour deep dive video. He contains a multitude. He is a good shot, bizarrely. What else is there to look at here? We're supposed to see something else. I don't know. We haven't gotten any evidence here. I don't think. Can I back out? Yeah, I guess. That's weird we didn't get any evidence, though. I'm gonna save here. Durable game, you want a hint? Was there something else I needed to see there? If so, then yeah, I'll take that hint. See if there's anything else to see around here. Matsuda from Death Note. Oh, God. I hope Matsuda's doing well. I think on that sometimes too. I'm glad it's just not me. Check under the stand. All right. Oh, there is something under the stand. I totally missed that. Damn it. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. There's something red down there. Detective Gumshoe, please check underneath the food stall. Of course, he's like, hey, Detective Gumshoe, someone needs to kneel in the mud here. Can you go kneel in the mud, Gumshoe? I do it myself, except no, I literally wouldn't. Something's stuck down here. Let's see. It's a red raincoat. Could this be? Assassins! It appears that he got rid of his raincoat before he ran away. Alright, well that's evidence at least. I'll take that. Yeah, no, I totally missed the red thing under the stall. That was my bad. Yeah, Larry Butts does need to go to jail forever. That would absolutely be my conclusion, and most of what I talk about there. Sorry, Doppelganger. I know that frustration well. All right. But my fancy threads, I couldn't possibly. I'd go crawling in the dirt myself, but I'm wearing my 12th nicest suit. Alright, here we go. This sleeve, it's inside out. It's also missing a button. Interesting, I'm not sure what we can do with that, but... Although maybe we have to connect that to the button down here. That would be a little silly, but that might be what we need to do. I'm gonna save and check that out. Edgeworth is nothing if not fancy. He is very fancy, my goodness. Alright, raincoat sleeve. Red button. Looks like the fallen button came from the raincoat. Probably fell off when the assassin took off the raincoat. If you look closely, you can see that the right sleeve is inside out, sir. It appears they took it off in a hurry. The button was probably torn off. After shooting the president, the assassin disposed of the gun and the bag in the garbage bin. Then, during the panic, they moved from the left to the right side of the audience area. The bullet's trajectory led us to suspect someone who was on the left side of the audience area. The assassin then took off the raincoat and hid it under the stand. The assassin was in a hurry to remove the raincoat. That's why there are signs that the right sleeve was hastily removed. It also explains why the button was torn off. If that's the case, why is the left sleeve not in the same state? Ah, that sleeve isn't inside out. On the contrary, the button is still tightly fixed. What do you mean, sir? To find the answer, we must examine the raincoat in detail. Once again, I imagine Edward's just holding it in front of his face right there. It is the tutorial, true. Hey, Common, welcome in. Yes, this is the Android version of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. It was originally from the DS, but it was never officially translated into English. So this is actually a fan translation of the game. But I hope someday it does get an English release. That would be very cool. Alright, so... alright, let's... Wow, that is very squash flat. Let's zoom in a bit. Check over here. The right sleeve is turned inside out. And you can see where the button's been torn off. Indeed, this raincoat must have been removed in a hurry. Can I just look at that button? Is that not the other thing they want me to look at? I'd like to investigate the inside of this raincoat. Detective Gumshoe. Got it! Huh. Well, that's unexpected. Let's see, the thumbnail showed the character standing around. Is there an actual controllable character, or is it still text only? There is some points where you do walk around a little bit. Although those graphics haven't really been upscaled. Yeah, you do actually move around a little bit in this game, which is interesting. Yeah, Investigations 2 and the Latent Crossover are the only ones not ported now. Although Latent Crossover, I'm not sure if it'll ever get ported because that's the only Ace Attorney game that is explicitly non-canon. The other ones all are considered canon. Hey, Cafe Claire, welcome in. How are you doing today, Claire? Hope you're having a great weekend so far. I really hope so too, Commander Keen. I am keeping my fingers crossed because having all the games available on modern hardware in HD, that'd be super cool. This is a bloodstain. Judging by the location, this is most likely the assassin's own blood. So, we're looking for someone who's injured, sir. Not just any injury, Detective. An injury on their left arm. What do you mean, sir? The criminal was in a hurry to take off their coat. That's why the right sleeve is inside out. On the other hand, the left sleeve remained unchanged. How did this difference arise? Quite simply, the assassin couldn't get his arm through the left sleeve. If you think of it like that, it all starts to add up. Furthermore, a blood stain was found on the left sleeve of the raincoat. I see! He couldn't get his injured arm to fit through the sleeve! Yes, indeed. I'd say the possibility is quite high. Interesting. It's all coming together. Nice! I think you might be right, Commander Keen. I don't remember exactly who put out that one. Ooh, what is Megaton Musashi? Hang on. And check this out. Ooh. That looks really cool. I'm gonna have to look into that later. Thank you for linking that, LTG. Hey, Rambo Rachel. Welcome in. How are you doing today? How is your weekend going? And can we get a shout out for Rambo Rachel? I'd appreciate that. Claire, you're fighting off a cold, but always better for seeing you. Well, I hope your cold goes away fast. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for you there, Claire. All right. Detective Gumshoe, I want you to pull our assassin out of the crowd. Roger that, sir. Someone with an injured left arm, right? You must have a good head on your shoulders to see through, if you did see through me, Mr. Prosecutor. Finding the assassin with only that much evidence shouldn't be a problem at all. That's our Edgeworth. With everyone in the park sealed in, the assassin should still be within the crowd. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, actual animated sprites. It's pretty cool, huh? It definitely gives the game a bit of a different vibe from the Phoenix Wright games as well. March 25th, 3:27 p.m., Gourd Lake Park Audience Arena. Mr. Edgeworth, we found a suspicious person in that condition, sir. That's gotta be the assassin. Okay, we haven't proven that this person is the assassin yet. For now, this is just a person of interest. Don't jump to conclusions. Got it, I'll control myself. There's no doubt this is the guy who targeted the president, sir. Takes a daring person to target someone's life in front of an audience. Detective, bring him here. Courteously. Yes, sir. Hey, you guys, bring him here. He's not carrying an umbrella, and his left arm is bandaged. I need to blow my nose real quick. I'll give you guys a minute to take this all in. This is a lot to take in. Well, this guy looks incredibly suspicious, but then again, most Phoenix Wright characters do, so you can't really take that at face value. Rambo Rachel, you're trying to stay awake at work? I hope the rest of your shift isn't too bad. Keep my fingers crossed for you. Is that Furby ice cream? Ew. You there, state your name. My name is John Doe. John Doe? That's an unusual name. That is correct. This man. I've seen him somewhere before. I'm pretty sure you have, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth. You know my name? Yes, I have been observing your investigation. May I ask why you've called me here? We're searching for the assassin who attempted to murder the president. Do you recognize this red raincoat? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I do not. I believe that this raincoat belongs to the assassin. What is happening with that ice cream cone? What? What is... I don't understand anything I'm seeing here. Nothing about this makes the slightest amount of sense. How is this smile? Is that like, oh, it's not a smile. I thought that was a smile. It's just the cherry stem there. Still, how is it sliding back and forth like that? That's not how ice cream works. What the hell? That's not how ice cream works. It's so weird. It's gotta be fake. Gotta be fake. Oh my, that is terrible indeed. This person should also have a severe injury on the left side of their body. Precisely like yours. I have no relation to this. A stare down! Mano a mano! It's like they're firing laser beams out of their eyes. So, what happens next? Obviously a confrontation, pal! A battle of wits between two gentlemen! We're gonna save here. It's on rollers! Oh god. And there's a hell of a quote. That is obviously from Deadly Premonition, though. Oh no, I'm sorry, Kissa. That's unfortunate. My bad. Alright, let's see what happens. Should I hear his explanation? Obviously, we need evidence. No, I don't want to hear your story. Don't worry about it. Go away. A witness might lie or misunderstand. If you find a contradiction in their statement, you present evidence, pal. Press the present button to look at the organizer and then present the evidence. And if you don't find a contradiction, what do you do then? At those times, you press the witness for more details. To press, touch the press button. All right, sir. Can you give us a demonstration, please? Go, Mr. Prosecutor. You are America's best. She just won't quit. So these are basically just like the courtroom scenes from Phoenix, right? The fake ice cream. I need answers. In fact, I was looking for spoilers. That's fair enough. Hope you got what you're looking for then. I understand that the person in the raincoat is suspicious. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof? Clearly my left arm is injured, but I can still use my right arm. When it was raining, I used an umbrella. I have no need for a raincoat. You didn't wear a raincoat. That's your claim. Yes, not everyone uses a raincoat for protection against the rain. I am an umbrella person after all. I'm actually an umbrella person as well. I don't even own a raincoat. Yeah, can we press him about the ice cream cone? What's going on there? I'm definitely a raincoat person. Umbrellas will hinder your movement. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. This wasn't what I wanted to talk about. I hope you understand. I am not the assassin. Unfortunately, leaving a testimony unexamined goes against my principles. How troublesome. I am but a simple ice cream salesman. Oops. Please excuse me. In the panic earlier, my wound seems to have reopened. There's no mistaking that the owner of this raincoat is the assassin. Furthermore, the owner has an injured left arm. Mr. Doe, I shall reveal your true colors for all to see. He's so dramatic. Let's see, his Japanese name is Taro Tanaka, which is equally generic in Japanese as English. Huh, alright. That is a name I've heard before, so that makes sense. Relentlessly, raincoats are good for festivals and such, otherwise that your team umbrella. Yeah, you don't really want an umbrella in places where it's crowded or you just be bumping into people. And nobody likes getting poked in the eye by the edge of an umbrella. That's bad times. Doppelganger, you're secretly an umbrella person? No shame here. No shame here. I turn people into zombies. I understood that reference. So if this was a phone game, did it have microtransactions? I don't believe so. As far as I know, they didn't have any DLC in a Phoenix Wright game till Dual Destinies. And that they had the DLC on the 3DS version. That was long before it came to the phone versions. But yeah, the phone versions are premium. You do have to pay for them. They're not freebies. But once you pay up front, you have the whole game, which is very nice. When you can't do umbrellas, you are short, and therefore your umbrella height is at eye level for most others. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no DLC till Dual Destinies, I don't think. Alright. We understand that the person in the raincoat is suspicious. However, that doesn't mean he was injured. I don't suppose we have proof. Well, as a matter of fact, we do. So I will save here, just in case. And then we will present the raincoat.
Objection!
Mr. Doe, you seem to be a very cautious person. However, today seems to be different, because you left this behind. You must be mistaken. That does not belong to me. Or perhaps you have evidence that proves otherwise. Mr. Doe, is your injury all right? The wound seems to have opened. Indeed, it is quite troublesome. Yes, I'm sure it is. You have my deepest sympathies. After all, you would have escaped had your wounds not opened up. What do you mean? There is no mistaking that the one who tore his raincoat was injured. And I can prove that person was you. With this. Well, he's not worried about the evidence, but that Cohen's having a bad day. Wow! Did the Cohen do the murder? Have we been looking at the wrong suspect? What's happening here? Oh my god, the ice cream's betrayed. We got the ice cream on the ropes. On the inside of this raincoat, there is a small blood stain. It's the blood of the assassin. This is not how ice cream cones work! What is this thing? Did somebody cast Featherfall on his ice cream cone? I have so many questions. Forget the murder. I want to know about this code. That's where all of my focus is here. We have liftoff. Oh my god. What kind of ice cream have you been having? I don't even know, Rin. I'm questioning my entire life at this point. Oh, it's how Japanifornian ice cream cones work. I still have questions. Physics questions. Maybe I've never had proper ice cream before. Attacking the president's a serious crime, pal. You'll cause an international incident. No matter how long you keep silent, your true nature will soon come to light. A blood test will settle this. The blood from the raincoat and the blood from your bandaged arm. I have all the evidence I need. Why don't you just admit it? You're the assassin who attacked the president. I am not the assassin. You don't know when to give up. If this was a game of chess, you would have been checkmated a long time ago. Admit your defeat gracefully. Seems completely unfazed. I suppose I have no choice. I'll admit it. Indeed, the raincoat is mine. He confessed, sir! Arrest him! Arrest him! However, that does not mean I shot the president. What's that, pal? Prosecutor Edgeworth, all you have proven is that I wore the raincoat. What sort of crime is that? Alright, we gotta go in. He's gonna give more testimony. LTG, thank you for that quote. Oh my god. The longer this goes on, the more they want to eat. You want to eat it? I want to eat that cone too. It looks pretty good. 2 flavors in one? That sounds delicious. Oh, you got a good ice cream place by your inn? That's awesome. I am no assassin. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic. Are you satisfied this time? His story's getting fishier by the minute. He's really suspicious. Glaring at me won't help. We've got evidence. Here, look at this guy in the red raincoat. That's gotta be the assassin. I see. That is certainly not me. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please consider this carefully. Was I really the only one who wore a red raincoat? Whether he was or not, this person in the photo can only be Mr. Doe. Why? This man's self-confidence and intensity. Alright, I think I see what the problem is here. I'm gonna save first. Oh yeah, the ice cream vending machine and the meat vending machine. That is so wild. Fish-flavored ice cream does exist? Oh god. I don't think I'm interested in that. Yeah, a monocle attached to an ear piercing is actually kind of badass. I'll give him that, most definitely. Alright, so he's no assassin, he's just a simple ice cream salesman. All he did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out, so I'm going to press him on this first. So the bodyguards reacted before the gunshot went off. Yes, the bodyguards moved first. The one on the left side of the stage in particular. We saw it all quite clearly. I have good eyesight. Says the guy with the monocle. The names are written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Mr. Rook. That is correct. Mr. Ethan Rook, I believe. Perhaps he noticed the light from the laser pointer. That man is no ordinary individual. From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man isn't an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. Monocle's clearly a fashion statement. I mean, that's possible. That is, he does have that stitching right down his face. That's a little unusual, if nothing else. It could be a clasp. It's hard to tell from this angle. Let's see. The man on the left side of the stage was exceptionally quick. A Mr. Ethan Rook, as I recall. So the bodyguard on the left was faster. He reacted in just an instant. His response time was superb. I believe his name is Ethan Rook. I see. He had plenty of time to react. Not necessarily. His expression never changes. The person who wore the red raincoat is the assassin. That's very clear from the photo. However, Mr. Doe is saying that person wasn't him. That's just some story you made up, sir. Rip off his disguise, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, in any case, I need to start exposing his lies. That's right. In order to do that, we should press him for more details. All right, so we did get some more detail by pressing him. Let's save here. Could also be a punk body mod. That would make sense with the unusual monocle setup. Japanifornia Frankenstein. That sounds like a good band name, actually. Holy shit. Give him the squeeze! Alright, so... See, in the photo here, it looks like they reacted at the same time. That seems like a contradiction, maybe? Let's present this. Oh no, this is the wrong thing. Dang it! That was the wrong thing. Alright, we might need to press on some other things here. Let's see, let's take a look. Let's take another look at this too. I don't think there's anything else there. Alright, so... yeah, let's press on some other statements, see if there's anything else there. I have to skip through this. Alright. He's no assassin, he's just a simple ice cream salesman. As an ice cream salesman, you must know quite a bit about ice cream. But of course, ask me anything you wish. Curses! I don't know anything about ice cream. So, what's the most important thing about making ice cream? Mr. Edgeworth! The most important thing about making ice cream is honor. Honor? To make ice cream. Without honor, ice cream is nothing more than sweet ice. Do you understand? I am just a simple ice cream salesman. Like, he had a good idea there, then he took it nowhere. Bit of a snob there. So all he did was put on the raincoat.
Hold it.
Why did you use a raincoat instead of an umbrella? Is it strange to wear a raincoat on a rainy day? It's strange to purposely wear a raincoat when you can't get your arm into it. If both my hands were occupied, I wouldn't be able to serve ice cream. Why didn't you mention that in your testimony earlier? I'm terribly sorry. It must have slipped my mind. After all, I had just gone through all that. All that? The shooting of the president, of course. Alright. Edgeworth's in no position to call anyone else a snob, it's true. That cravat. My god. No one cared who I was until I put on the raincoat. Let's see. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic. But you yourself did not run. No, I did not. Aha! What were you doing then? Amidst the panic, someone gave my wound a big wallop. I was in terrible pain. I felt like sparks would shoot out of my eyes. But in reality, no sparks came out. Sparks don't come out of people's eyes, Kay. Alright, then we're back here. Alright, so we've got all the evidence we're going to get from the testimony, so we have to present something. And usually in Phoenix Wright games, if you get a new piece of evidence from the testimony, if you get amended testimony, that's usually where you have to present the evidence. Alright, take care of yourself, Commander Keen. Thanks for stopping by. We will see you around. weird that he knows the name of the bodyguard. I think that might be a thing. I'm not sure. EP perfect emote for the occasion. Let's see. I mean, I guess I could try presenting this. Since it wasn't the photos. I thought it would have been the photos. Alright, there was that. Seems you aren't just a simple ice cream salesman after all. You think too highly of me, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? The name of the bodyguard? Surely you jest. Didn't you say their names just a moment ago? Mr. Knightley and Mr. Rook, correct? This is a diagram of the security plans. We learned their names from this. However, please look. Only their surnames are written here. You distinctly said Ethan Rook. How did you know his full name when we did not? That's pretty weird, sir. Why do you know his name? Explain yourself. That was merely a slip of the tongue. It's true! This guy is the assassin! Young lady, you're being a little hasty. Why is the ice cream angry? Ice cream shouldn't be steaming like that. That's not how ice cream works! None of this is how ice cream works! Am I taking crazy pills? What's happening? Am I mad or is the universe mad? I need answers. Cues. Press X to Ethan. Quote 298 immediately getting more use here. It's clearly me. I'm starting to think so. It's been me all along. Hey, Damaged Plushie, welcome in. How are you doing today, Plushie? How's your weekend going? Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you with us. The reason I knew his name is quite simple. What? I am an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's. What? He and I have a bit of a connection. His is a name that I will never forget. Mr. Edgeworth, he's just telling a big fat lie. This is not a lie. I am a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook's. In that case, let's just ask Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's acquainted with this dubious ice cream salesman. As you wish. However, that may prove difficult now. He's currently busy with the president's security after all. Besides, even if I am not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's, does that prove that I fired the gun? If you aren't the assassin, then why did you remove your raincoat? It was a little hot, and the rain had stopped. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that? Just can't seem to corner him. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Hurry up and arrest him! That man's so suspicious, I'd even arrest him myself. Arrest him without evidence? How could I do such a thing? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? Breaking news! The criminal is on the verge of escaping the prosecutor. Oh dear, they're already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I've been suspected this far, it seems I'll have to tell the truth. Truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood. What? Surely that was the person who was in the photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when it was still raining. He caught my eye because his raincoat was the same color as mine. In his hand, I saw a laser pointer with a light aimed directly at the president. Can't be. There was another person wearing a red hood? I knew that if I wore the red raincoat, I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That is why I took off the raincoat. You saw an assassin wearing the same color hood as yours. Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you would say, which is why I did not testify as such. Prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that no one would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor. Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That prosecutor over there. Huh? Me? Yes, you should be visible in that photo. Here, right in front of the person in the red hood. Yep, there's our Powell Winston right there. Yeah, airing out a wound is not a good idea. Don't air out wounds. All right, Punisher, you have a great sleep. Thanks for hanging out. You take care of yourself. Rough but getting through it. I hope things get better for you, Plushie. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. Yeah, since I'm being suspected, I'll tell the truth now. I've only been telling lies before, but now I'll tell the truth. That's me, all right. What's your point? What's this man driving at? I've been observing your investigation this entire time, Prosecutor Edgeworth, and I have noticed something strange. Something strange? It seems you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet. Contradiction? In this photo, the people who can be seen are the Chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin. I guess that's the Chief right there with the silver hair. I don't see anything strange. Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the president's speech. I believe you are holding the evidence that contradicts this photo. Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo? Wish I could save here, but I cannot. Strange like a fox! Yeah, everybody lies during testimony in the Phoenix Wright world. It's horrible, but what are you gonna do? Let's see, so let's take a look at the photo again. I mean, there's Winston, there's the Chief, there's the assassin. There's the president up there, we got Rook over there. We got Knightley over there. I mean, the second picture might contradict it. I don't think so, though. What else do we get? I mean, Knightley's supposed to be leading the president inside the plane, and he's not doing that yet. That's a little weird. I did miss that kiss. Oh, thank you for repeating that. That's a good one. Yeah, in the real world, it's legal for cops to lie to you, but not for you to lie to cops. Cops can also tell you to do something that's illegal, and if you don't do it, that's resisting police orders, which is illegal. The United States is a horrible place. All right, let's see. The shrill old man, I assume that's Winston. According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this, and then this is the Chief. You seem quite pleased that the Yatagarasu incident has been resolved. All right, the president raises his fist in the air, and that's the moment just before the gun's fired. Yeah, they can literally lie to you about what your rights are. Let's see. If cops order you to do something, then the action is literal actual entrapment. No, what I'm saying is if the cops don't have the right to search your car and they say, let me search your car, and you say no, you're obstructing an investigation, even though they're the ones breaking the law. It's bad news. Yeah, if ever the police say, can we talk to you? The answer is no, and if they press the issue, demand to have a lawyer. That's literally it. Every day is Shut the Fuck Up Friday. In the United States. Some other countries have better law systems. Let's see. Let's see, what do we have that contradicts? Let's check the photo again. What contradicts this? Well, if anybody has any suggestions, I'm actually a little clueless what they're getting at here. What contradicts this photo? Something about the red hoodie we have? Something about that? No, that looks basically like the same hoodie as far as we can tell from that photo. Hey Groshin, welcome in. How are you doing today? Also, within the last decade or so, the Supreme Court ruled that in order to exercise your right to remain silent, you actually have to say, I am exercising my right to remain silent, which is nuts, but that's also a thing. I know we should be using the badge more, Groshin, it's true. How are you doing today, Groshin? How's your weekend going? Let's see. Let's see. Sea Prince, welcome in. How are you doing today? I think the contradiction is the red dot. In one picture, the red dot's on the prosecutor's back. In the other picture, the red dot is on the victim's head. I was thinking about that, but the thing is, they take place one after each other. So I was assuming it's just like he raised the gun. So it doesn't feel like a contradiction to me. Because in the picture without the red dot, the president has his fist in the air, and in the picture with the red dot, he's already brought his arm down. So there's time has passed between the two. Yeah, also there was a gunshot that happened between the two photos. Oh, Gamagoa, you thought you had a hint, but now you don't. Gotcha. He's claiming he was there selling ice cream, I guess, or was planning to sell ice cream. I don't know if he'd get around to it yet. Yeah, the first shot goes super wild, but still, like, he could move the gun between the two photos. And so I'm not 100% sure what they want me to happen. Murders have already happened? Yeah, or maybe. We're not sure if anybody's been murdered yet, but the president of Zhengfa from the previous game has been shot. So now we're investigating the assassination attempt, if nothing else. Let's see. Love me some punctual corpses. Let's see. And Doppelganger, you said you thought the tape recording might have been the contradiction? I'm not sure if there's anything on there. I'm gonna check the recording again, because we can't check that. Let's see, we see the people in front of him talking right there. President raises his fist in the air, so this is when the picture was taken. Right when the president's saying the hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. Then there's two gunshots. Yeah, the laser pointer was pointed directly at his forehead, so it's unlikely he's alive, but we haven't actually heard about his status yet. All right. Doppelganger, you think you know why the first shot went into right field? Well, don't say that yet, because we haven't quite gotten there yet. Phoenix Wright games always want you to do things in a very certain order, so we'll figure that out later, I suppose. That's fair, Claire, and that's what I'm here for. I play the game so you don't have to. All right, so what do we do here is the question. What is the piece of evidence we need to present? I'm just not entirely sure. I guess we should do the tape recording. I'm not sure. Let's see, Warded, do you think you've got something? What do you got, Warded? I'm curious. Yeah, the laser pointer could have moved between them. That's what I'm thinking. Gifted the sub, you're getting most out of it. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. You got Phoenix Wright emotes. That's amazing. Let's see, is there someone on the tape who isn't in the photo or not where they should be? No, the only people we can hear on the tape are... I suppose we don't hear the person recording. Or we don't see the person who's recording with the tape, which is weird. Because she should be right behind those two. Oh, I guess that could be a problem. All right, let's try presenting the tape then. It can't be. There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape. It seems you've noticed. Mr. Edgeworth, what's going on? There is a person missing from this photograph. Shit. Yeah, we just figured that out. Because remember, Nicole said the reason she heard that conversation with Winston Payne and the chief was because she was standing right behind them. But if that's true, why can't we see her in the photo? Oh no. Huh? Who is it? Yes, it's rather strange. Someone who should be there, but is not. The person who should be in this photo is... Oh no.
Take that.
Oh no. Huh? Miss Swift? Why would you say that? Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Miss Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the chief prosecutor. Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other. Seems Miss Swift was near Mr. Payne when she recorded the speech. Ah, but she isn't anywhere in this photo. That is correct. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, who is the one you should be pursuing? Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony? Come on. Feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine. I ain't got nothing to hide. I really hope she doesn't, but I don't know now. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. So quit making that scary face. It ain't what you think. Oh, but that's not true, Nicole. That's not true. Miss Swift's tape recorded a conversation between my colleagues, Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor, who we're not naming for some weird reason. Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean... It'd mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal! Y'all gotta be kidding me. I ain't done nothing like that. Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony. I don't reckon so. No, sir. It appears I must reveal this contradiction with evidence. I mean, caught up on chat right here. It's the bear trap! Why would anyone just have a bear trap? That's super weird. Oh man, Shibuya Scramble I would like to play sometime. That seems really cool. Yeah, I've mentioned before, I think some games are good as games and some games are good as experiences. Like, I would never tell anybody to play Deadly Premonition, but you should definitely watch somebody else play Deadly Premonition. It's not a great game, but it's an amazing experience. Someone lying in this game. Oh no. She says it ain't like she stayed in one spot. She was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. She reckoned this picture must have been snapped at a different time to your tape recording. Let me press on that one. Yeah, watch me play Ned's Premonition. I played it twice. You need to watch it, it's amazing.
Hold it.
So you're saying it is logical that you can't be seen in the photo? Yep, I was near that prosecutor when his voice got recorded. But I reckon the picture must have been taken when I was far away, no doubt about it. Ain't nothing wrong here, near as far as I can see. So you're saying the photo and the recording were taken at different times? Darn tootin', it ain't about the equipment, it's all about the timing. What if they were both taken at the same time? I can prove that her entire testimony will collapse. Alright, let's go back and we're gonna save right here. Because I think we can prove that. She has a lot of, I think Lana might be her mentor. There seems to be hints towards that. I know some people have played it with an audience and they all went in with a performance and it was fantastic. I mean, like, there's a lot of jank to that game. There's a lot of jank. I've beaten the game like 4 times, so obviously I enjoy it, but I don't think it's a great game to play. But, like, everyone needs to see Deadly Premonition at least once. Whether you play it, whether you watch someone play it, you need to. You do. Let's see. Oh my god, Castle and Isle of Dr. Brain. Well, there's a third one. Lost Mind of Dr. Brain. I just happened to have played that entire series. I didn't play a lot of Castle, or I didn't play a lot of Isle, but I played Castle of Dr. Brain and Lost Mind of Dr. Brain. If you like the other two, you'll probably like Lost Mind, so check that one out. Excellent question, Lee. Thank you for asking that. Jank in a Shayna's Games stream. It's more likely than you think. Alright, so she reckons the picture must have been snapped at different times to your tape recording. Alright, so let's present the recording, maybe?
Objection.
Let's see, unrelated, just reminded me because you mentioned Brain. Familiar with a game called Brain Dead 13? Yes, I played Brain Dead 13 as a charity reward on stream at one time. Started and finished it in one stream. It's wild. It is absolutely wild. It's on my YouTube if you want to check it out. Also, if you're curious, I'll go ahead and toss this in chat because I think it's very handy. I have a document with all of the games I've played before, and it's searchable too. So definitely check that out sometime. Oh my, I have a quote about it? This game is an absolute vortex of me. I remember saying that, but I must have gotten frustrated at some point. That makes sense. Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie. I ain't lying. I'm an honest journalist. Perhaps, but there's no denying that the photo and the recording were taken at the same time. That's so, and what makes you say that? The truth lies in these photos. This photo could only have been taken at the same time as your recording. Which spot shows that this was taken at the same time as the recording? That'd be the president himself right there.
Take that.
Can you see the president with his fist raised in the air? What about it? Miss Swift, might we hear your tape one more time? No, you ain't gonna hear a word the way you've been treating me. Would you rather we charge you with obstruction of justice and seize it from you? Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor. The question is, during which part of his speech did the president raise his fist? No matter what sort of heinous criminal organization there is, I will not allow them to exist. The president raises his fist in the air. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. Aha! raises his fist straight from the reporter's mouth, sir. This tape was recorded at the moment the president raised his fist overhead. Then that means Nicole not being in this photo is really strange. Oh, but she is in the photo, right here. The person in the red hood, it was you, Nicole Swift. Ah! Ha! The bear trap went off! You're the real assassin, aren't you, pal? That ain't so. I ain't never worn that red raincoat. This red raincoat in question belongs to... I'm gonna save. It's actually to be announced, Yamagumo. I don't think there is a game called TBA or just TBA. That would be old janky. Oh man, the Dr. Brain games on Expert are brutal. Definitely give them a try if nothing else, but it's a lot. It really is. Unlike Dragon's Lair, at least, it is a little bit more, it's a lot more forgiving than Dragon's Lair. But it is still pretty brutal. Let's see, I recall feeling even more frustrated than usual in an Ace Attorney game during some of these AAI testimonies. That's fair. Yeah, how did the bear trap reset? That's a little frightening. The people. It belongs to the people. Nicole Swift. The person in the red hood is Ms. Swift, and so the owner of the raincoat must be Ms. Swift. It can only be you. Ah, but does that young lady have an injury, I wonder? Huh? What do you mean, pal? You've forgotten about the blood stain in the raincoat. I mean, it is weird. The right sleeve with the button torn off was stained with blood. This red raincoat in question belongs to... neither of them? The raincoat belongs to neither Ms. Swift nor Mr. Doe. And whose is it? Don't you get it? It can only belong to one person. I don't get it. Who is that person, sir? Wait, I'd like to take back what I just said. I didn't know better. I'd say this was your first day on the job, Mr. Prosecutor. Dang it! This red raincoat in question belongs to... The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe. That much has been proven. You were wearing something else. A different red hood. You mean there were two red hoodies, sir? Mr. Doe's last testimony was true. But we didn't find any other red raincoats. Oh! Oh, I just put it together. She literally said it herself. She's literally said it twice. Oh my god. Yeah, I just got it. I just got it. That was the light bulb moment right there. What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it you told us earlier about your parka? Huh? Oh, you mean when I said I ain't worried about it getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out. Oh! As I thought. Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is red! Indeed, and during the incident, she was using that side. What? Hey pal, what's the big idea? You're wrong. I've been wearing it like this the whole day. Well then, will you allow me to examine your parka? What are you expecting to find? We know it was raining prior to the president's speech. I believe you said earlier. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. Oh shit. If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry. Hang on a minute. I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. Sorry, but can't we do this another time? You think you can fool Mr. Edgeworth with that, pal? Alright then, pal. If we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of the parka. It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin. Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Will you please tell us why you wore the red side of the parka? I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons. Honest. I'll tell you all everything. Just quit bullying me. Whose voice was that? Hold on a sec. It's a little too early for the end game. This guy? Hey, you in the fancy suit. Haven't you been jumping the gun ever since your opening move? This man was in Kay's photo. Whoa, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is... Come on, get the... Whoa! Horace Knightley, the president's bodyguard. Is that all part of your name too? Do I need to pronounce the spitting noises every time I speak your name? I'm very confused. Hey Siamese, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Is that Revolver Ocelot? Yes. Yes, it is. No pronounced pantomime will do. Well, Mr. Knightley. Shashalaska! Second in command of his personal security unit. Ah! Watch it, pal, it's not a toy! Whoa, my bad. She just wants to come out and play. I can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer? She's Lady of Zhongfa. Only the president's bodyguards are authorized to use it. Anyway, back to business. I got some news for you. There's good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? Makes no difference to me. Do as you wish. You sure? I'm giving you the first move. Alright, I gotcha. I'll start with my pawn. Seems you enjoy chess. You play too, Mr. Fancy Suit? It's Edgeworth, and I do have a fondness for chess. That's so. Well then, Chess Master Edgeworth, I'll start with the good news. The president's safe. Not even a scratch on him. Really? That's great, pal! It seems that the young lady was not a murderer after all. Good for you, Nicole! But I... Whoa there, don't forget, there's still the bad news. The president is safe because his bodyguards protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. At the cost of his own life. That would be the other bodyguard. Rook, was it? Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the president. What? Is that so? Rook is dead. What a shame. That means... Nicole! Means that the little lady killed him. My brother in arms. That ain't true. I ain't a murderer. Whoa there. Pipe down, little Miss Murderer. Jeez, even if we had to make a sacrifice to protect the king, it was a pretty bad move. That castling. Sacrifices and castles? What's he talking about, sir? They're all chess terms. He's saying Rook's life was exchanged for the president. This guy sure talks funny, sir. Horace Knightley, was it? Huh? What do you want? I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if it's possible, I'd like to question the president. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. What? I got another piece of news for you, and this one's a doozy. There's another piece of news? From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Zhongfa police. What? What's going on, pal? This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The president knows about you solving the Yatagarasu case. I'm honored. That's why the chief prosecutor designated you to be in charge of the case. Seems the chief prosecutor made a little appeal to the president. But, looks like you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you'd have this kind of reaction. It's the president's orders. If you oppose, you'll cause an international incident. Capiche? Hey, little lady, get over here. We'll continue your questioning inside the president's plane. No! I didn't do nothing! Hey now, don't be a baby. You scared of a little Zhongfa justice? Mr. Prosecutor, please! Please help me! Miss Swift. It's clear that Miss Swift was the person in the red hood. However, that doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed. I really didn't do it. Please believe me. Is it really all right for it to end this way? I'm gonna save here because it's getting tense. Let me get caught up on chat here. Yeah, they're both doing the chess thing. This is gonna be exhausting. These two are exhausting. Yeah, this guy should not be pointing a gun at people, especially because he keeps putting his finger on the trigger. Dude's gonna murder everybody here. By accident or by intentional. Yeah, they're all awfully calm, except, for, the person who has the gun pointed at her. All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime. If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost to darkness. Ah! What the? You! Silence. What the is an impolite way to greet someone. What? What is... What? Your neck injury has yet to heal and you've already forgotten? No! Not you! Not now! It seems you have remembered. Hey! What are you doing? Cut it out, pal! You got some nerve to do that in front of a detective and a prosecutor! Stop! Stay out of this! He's out of your league! Mr. Doe, who on earth are you? I am not merely a simple ice cream salesman. Oh no! How could this be? I was totally sold on your ice cream story this whole time. He's a professional assassin. His name is Shelly the Killer. For anybody that hadn't remembered who he was from the previous game, yeah, that's the professional assassin Shelly the Killer, which that's a great name for a professional assassin, I suppose. I don't know why nobody else recognized him, since like all he's doing different is wearing a different colored shirt. Maybe the like sling, I guess. These people are very bad at their jobs, is what I'm saying. Shelly the Killer. There's no one in law enforcement who doesn't know the name the Killer. An assassin who will carry out any request without fail. He was once involved in a case I handled. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although, I do believe this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That is correct. I received a request from a key individual to take the president's life. I should have seen his face before in the case files. Curses! I was careless. I'm glad I hid a knife inside my bandage before I entered the park. Even though my calculations were a little off. A knife? Not a gun? Now, Mr. Knightley, shall we play that game you love so much? Of course, the stakes will be your life. What are your demands? I want you to relinquish investigation authority back to Prosecutor Edgeworth. Investigative authority? What are you playing at? I simply want you to allow Edgeworth to continue his investigation. Huh? Why do you want that? Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I am simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this really isn't the time to be stubborn. Why, you're just using the investigation to get close to the president. And what if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it is necessary that we enter the president's plane. As leader of the president's bodyguards, I won't allow it. Oh, I thought you were only second in command. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Very well. In that case, please exercise judgment befitting of a leader. You can lose your life here needlessly, or will you allow the investigation to continue? He's using the investigation as an excuse. Why would he go to all that trouble? What is that man thinking? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let us continue the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. I still be able to investigate. But, listen well, detective. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape. Right. Roger that, sir. 2B continued. Whew. Go ahead and save right there. Let me caught up on chat. The Sorbet Slaughter! That's such a good name right there. Oh yeah, it's true. Edgeworth never actually saw him, but he said he should have seen his face in the files, and that's true. Yeah, the killer has a strong sense of honor, but also he absolutely does murder people, and he is very determined to do that. In before it's a VTOL, oh, we would be so fucked. Of course, the killer somehow would know how to drive a plane too. His rum and raisin ruse. Having sat through this in a Danganronpa game, I prefer this one. They do waste a lot of time in Danganronpa, but I do have a soft spot for Danganronpa. I think they have some pretty good mysteries in there. The only way to win here is to sacrifice my queen. Oh, geez, it's a little bit early, but I think this is probably going to be a good place to stop, just because, it's already been like, what is it, yeah, it's already been 3 hours just for this part of the case. So if the second half is as long, and I'm actually going to take a peek and see if the second half looks like it's as long, but if it's that long, then, I don't think we have time to do the second half tonight. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, the second half looks pretty chunky. So I think that's what we'll do, is we do the first half today, we'll do the second half of the case tomorrow, and that means we'll finish the first case, and we won't be done with the game after that. There's still a bunch more cases in the game. I've heard this one's actually longer than the first Ace investigations, so we got some meat to this one. We got some meat to it, so look forward to that at least. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. I do hope so. Relentlessly, you love Danganronpa for all its weirdness. It's super weird. That ice cream again? That turnabout again? That flying ice cream again? Why did it have feather fall? That's my big question. That sentient ice cream cone again? That aggressive finger pointing in, yelling as well. All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. As always, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate you hanging out with me. This is my favorite part of the week. It really, truly is. So we're going to be continuing this case tomorrow. I hope I'll see you there as we figure out who exactly is the killer and what the heck is going on here. Why our journalist friend is lying to us, because I don't know. I've got questions. But if you've got a minute to spare, I would really appreciate it, because before we call things quit for the night, we've got to see who all else is online. So if you're not done watching Twitch for the day, maybe I can send you somewhere cool. I would like the opportunity to try. So make sure to hit follow first and foremost. That'll be the easiest way to find me again tomorrow or at any point in the future if you'd like to come back. We would love to have you. And while I'm looking to see who all is live right now, there's some links to chat you might want to check out if you haven't seen them already, including a link to my YouTube if you want to check out any of the games I've played in the past, or if you want to get caught up on this one, although we do have all of the other Ace Attorney games we've played up on YouTube. Feel free to check those out. And we also have a link to my Discord if you would like to chat with me or the rest of the community outside of the stream. Feel free to jump in there. We would love to have you. And let me take a look. We've got a couple of options here. Trying to decide where we want to go today. I do want to go over here because this is a game I've been very curious about. So we'll see if we can learn some more about this one. Hopefully we will. So ladies and gentlemen, I would really appreciate if you would join me as we go raid fellow retro streamer Sonneveld. He's a very cool retro streamer, focuses on very old PC games for the most part. Today he is playing a game called Beyond Shadowgate. Now I'm a big fan of the game Shadowgate, but I've never actually seen much about the sequel, because there was an authorized sequel, so I'm very curious about this one. So why don't you folks join me over there, say hi to Sonneveld, hang out for a bit, throw him a follow if you like what he's doing, but hey, if you've got other things to do, I will just say as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world, and I will see you folks tomorrow for more Ace Attorney investigations too. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.